Hey, Josh Tigg, Running T Farms. Doing a little grassland reclamation, I guess you could call it here today. This is a little field on the farm that we rented. I kind of drove out here to the center of it. That had kind of been neglected by the previous leasers of this farm. We got some sweet gum trees in here, cedar trees, a lot of elm trees in here. That particular sweet gum right there in front of me is about 10 feet tall. It's probably close to big around as my wrist there at the base. But I imagine what happened was it looks about like enough growth here. I would say that there's 6 to 7 years that this hasn't been done anything to, except they had cows in here that would just come up here and selectively graze this. And I'll speak just a bit on my take on that in a minute. But about 6-7 years ago sometime, we had a couple of really big rain events, back-to-back hurricanes, tremendous rain for our area. And the access road to get up here is through those woods, and it gets pretty steep. And the access to this field, it's completely kind of landlocked, so to speak, by timber, with one access road to it that comes up from right about there. And it had just washed out so bad that it was almost inaccessible. So I imagine the prior lessees, there's about, I'm guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of 3.5 acres up here in this little piece of ground. It's kind of out of the way. It's off from most of the other grassland on this farm. It was just fenced in with the rest of the farm. There's a good amount of timber. The cows had to walk a little bit to get up here. It is up on the top of a hill. And I imagine they planned on getting back to fix the road to get up here to do some maintenance on this, and just never did get back to it. So looks like 6, 7, possibly 8 years, I'm guessing, worth of tree growth here. I actually come up here with the skid steer yesterday, and there was some trees that had fell down out in the field that I wanted to get out of the way before I started bush hogging. And I got those pushed out. I actually pushed out a few sweet gums that were bigger than that one that was out here in the field. I could have bush hogged them, but since I was right here, they were close. I just went ahead and pushed them out. So as you can see, a lot of broom sedge, a lot of blackberry, dog fennel. There is grass under there. You can see some green where I just made the pass there with the bush hog. But what I would guess happened over the years, I'm not exactly sure how long this has been in grass, but I'm going to guess a long time, 40, 50 plus years. Due to its location and the fact that there's no water up here, I would just about bet any sum of money that the cattle, since they were allowed to graze selectively, there wasn't really much of a grazing management plan in place that I could tell. They were just given free access to most of the farm most of the time. So they would have come up here and grazed this grass, and since there was no water, they would have come up here, got their bellies full, made their way back to get some water, laid down there, and ruminated, stood up, and pooped. So, you know, you've heard me talk about it before, and I think a lot of people really discount how many nutrients livestock can remove from the land due to just moving them from one part of the farm to the other. So I would say after almost 40 years of the animals removing the nutrients off this hilltop, you know, one grazing at a time, so to speak, it's probably lacking the biology. You know, you're not only removing the just the nutrients, but you're removing a lot of that manure that's full of microbes that gets the soil primed to make those nutrients available. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do with this. The first thing I'm going to do, or I did, is I regraded the road. I cut multiple water breaks in it so that we now have access to this field again. There's another one that's smaller, about half the size of this one, that I imagine the same thing had happened to when I get done here. I'm going to go over there and shoot some video. Excuse me, not shoot video. It's very similar to this, just smaller. But I'm going to go over there and get it bush hogged. So we've got our, I'm actually standing on top of the tractor here so I could get a little bird's eye view. We've got our 15-foot bush hog hooked up here, and we'll make short work of these small trees and brush and all these weeds, and we will get this put in the grazing plan. And we don't expect an overnight success here, but we are going to see what we can do. We're out here to improve the land upon which we graze through the use of our livestock. So that's exactly what we're going to try to do. So hope everybody has a fantastic day. As always, you can check us out online at runningtbeef.com. You can like us on Facebook at Running T Beef. If you're watching on YouTube, click that like and subscribe button on the way out, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day.